All right, guys, I have what is, size-wise at least, the smallest subscriptions I've ever received from Barrel and Blade. So let's open these things up and see what came this month. What's up, guys? Eric here with ATHOME in the future, and I'm back with another Barrel and Blade super unboxing. We're going to check out two separate subscriptions in the same video. We'll start with a regular monthly box. If you're unfamiliar with Barrel and Blade, pretty cool little sub. Lots of prepping, tactical, survival gear, a little bit of a meaner edge than some of the other similar subscriptions that are out there. Comes in two different flavors. There's a level 1 box that's about 50 bucks a month, and a level 2, which is what we get on this channel. That one's about 100 bucks a month. If you want to get the subscription for yourself, just follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself a little bit of money. I always say this, but there's never any Barrel and Blade spoilers out there. They don't really push teasers or anything like that. And honestly, I don't really know a whole bunch of other folks who get this same sub. So I'm always interested in this one. So really small package compared to other stuff that we normally get from them. So pretty curious about it. Here we go. All right, we're gonna start right here. I'm excited about it already because I see the tagline, Operation 92 Everyday Carry. Handful of awesome everyday carry essentials in our box. Hope they serve you well. I love it. Like I mentioned earlier, level 1, you get a smaller amount of stuff or just less high-end stuff. And then level 2, you get more stuff or higher-end stuff. So let's pull all this out and we'll take a look through it. Here we go. Now, I'll say this right up front, I'm an EDC guy, so I'm a little bit biased, but heck yeah, Barrel and Blade. This is an awesome box. Even just pulling this stuff out here and looking at it, I'm excited to go through this. So we'll start right at the top here from Phoenix. We have the EO3R version 2.0, a keychain flashlight worth $41. Just looking at the package here, I'm seeing a lot to like. We have USB Type-C recharging. It's light. It's got a lifetime limited warranty here. We got 500 lumens. Looks like a red mode, maybe a green mode, if I'm seeing correctly. All right, I'm gonna try to free this from this packaging and we'll take a look at it real quick. All right, so here's our little light. I don't know if it came charged out of the box. It says press for 3 seconds to lock or unlock. All right, so yeah. So let's see, I'm just gonna guess my way through the modes. Good night, I think it's bright. Okay, all right, so obviously you just cycle through by tapping the switch. I think press and hold maybe to switch modes. Let's see. All right, so there's our red. Let's see if I can tap through that. We have just like a steady blinking mode. We'll switch back to white. I noticed with locking and unlocking it, so we're gonna turn it off real quick. If you press and hold this thing here on the switch, so from off, I'm gonna double tap. You see the switch here, I don't know if that's in lock mode or not. Triple tap, we get green. So that way if it's in your bag or in your pocket or something you don't want it to accidentally turn on. I think that's how you activate that stuff. And then press and hold for 3 seconds to get it going there and get your light back on. Cool. All right, so I love this thing. Phoenix makes awesome lights. Love that it's USB-C rechargeable. We've got all sorts of cables and stuff in the back there to support that. So man, heck of a first start. Let's keep going here. We have a Heatbank 6 rechargeable hand warmer from Zippo. These things are totally awesome. I've got, I think, the 5 version of this. If you haven't used a little electric heat bank before, they're great. And they also double as a portable battery. But during these cold months, man, I'm using these things all the time. So let's open this thing up. That's worth 40 bucks. And these are straightforward. It just has your power bank stuff up here, which it looks like micro USB to charge, which I don't love. I wish that was USB-C. And then we have an output and regular USB. And then we have our different heating modes. It probably comes with a little bit of juice out of the box there. So you probably just tap it to cycle through it and let it warm up over time. But these things are just super, super handy and got just the right curve and everything. If you keep that in a coat pocket and just wrap your hand around it, that'll keep you warm for the day. So love to see that. Several Zippo items in this, which we'll get to in a second, but excited about that. Oh yeah, next up is the matte black Zippo lighter, which ironically, I've been unboxing all these subs for years and years and years. I don't think I've ever received just a straight up Zippo in these. So I'm excited about that. MSRP of 25 bucks. The classic Zippo that you know and love. Oh, it does have a sticker over here. Let's take that off. All right, I'll put that back down here in the packaging. Classic design there. Put some fuel in there. You got your little spark kind of to catch it and everything. And man, these things are just a staple, clicky and perfect. And I think it came with an accessory down here. So we have a double arc rechargeable lighter insert, almost worth the cost of the Zippo itself. I think this is like one of those plasma lighter things. All right, so we've got the Zippo here with the classic, I think you put butane or some sort of fuel in it, but we also have an insert that fits right inside if you want to do the plasma style lighting instead, which I don't think well, maybe it is charged. I got a little, there it is. I don't know if you can see it, I got a little bit of that plasma spark in there. Super cool. Now, I love this sort of thing. It is, it's micro USB. Dang it, I wish it was USB-C. These things are very cool. The only thing I don't like is having to think to recharge it. So this, you can leave the fuel in here and you're pretty much good to go just whenever you need it. With these, you have to remember to keep it recharged. I've got something similar in my car right now, which is super fun to mess with, but the last few times I've brought it out, it's like totally dead. I have to sit there and charge it for a little bit, and by that time, I just kind of go get a normal fire starter. But Do love having that. Again, very cool items. And these are actual EDC stuff. I'm loving it. All right, next up, we have a tactical EDC organizer worth 17 bucks. This is from Fox Tactical. Just looks maybe like a generic little pocket pack thing, but these are super handy. Can't have too many of these. It does have a morale patch here. Yeah, and a place for hook and loop, so you can put whatever you want on there. And let's see, we've got a little bit of stretchy elastic webbing over here to hold some stuff in here. We've got a pocket up here at the top, a little strap maybe for keys and stuff, and two big slots over here for big knives and everything. So the fabric does feel just a little bit thin on this, so probably not going to be as rough and tough as something like a VanQuest organizer, which I tend to love. But if you build out any sort of kits, it's great to have several of these things that you can just throw around and add some stuff into. So more of the value add item this month, but a great value add, something you'll actually use. And then last but not least, wow, from SOG, we have the Twitch 2 worth $69, AUS 8 stainless steel, and it is assisted. So look at this guy. Great little EDC style knife. Let's see, I'm curious about the locking mechanism on it. It looks like maybe a lock back. All right, let's open this thing up and play with it real quick. All right, if you never messed with some of SOG's assisted stuff, a lot of these have a great little pop to them. So let's see, we're gonna try our lock back over here. And I think it does have a flipper, so let's see how it works. All right, comes right out. It doesn't have like a major kick like some of the assisted things can, which is probably nice though, because sometimes if you give these to a buddy that's never used one before, open these things up can just like fly right out of your hand. It just feels almost like the level of assist in this feels almost just like a super smooth pivot. But I do like it, just kind of just bust right out of there. Nice scales, I think they're probably aluminum. Looks like we've got a little lock down here too, so that's interesting. So that way, I'm guessing, let's try that. Let's see, yep, it's totally locked where it won't come out. Some people like that. I never use those. I don't mind having them, but I just never tend to use them. It does have a nice, pretty thick clip there. Oh, it's got thumb studs too. Totally missed that. Let's see. It's not quite as easy for me, at least, without some practice. Oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, to get that out with a thumb stud, it does pop out. That's, scares me just a little bit. You gotta put just enough pressure on there so you don't just jam the pad of your thumb into it. What a great little EDC thing, and these are well respected in the space too. I've seen these in several people's kits. I do love that it's AUS 8. I don't love that it's from China, but it's kind of in this price range what you get, but that's still a banger of a little EDC knife. And man, I'm telling you, this month's box, maybe my bias and everything, but this may be the favorite one I've ever received from Barrel & Blade. Got a great little EDC knife, got a super cool little flashlight, it's actually really great. We got a stinking matte black Zippo, totally awesome, an insert with like a little arc lighter in there, a Zippo hand warmer and power bank, an EDC kit and everything. Awesome, awesome box. Again, if you want to get the subscription for yourself, just follow the link on the screen or down in the description. Love getting these. Great job this month, Barrel & Blade. All right. Let's see if we can keep the good times rolling and move over to their Knife of the Month subscription. I'm gonna move all this out of the way. We're gonna open our second subscription this month. Here we go. All right, Barrel & Blade Knife of the Month Club. Totally separate subscription here, but a really, really cool one. If you're into knives at all, pocket knives, fixed blades, whatever, this subscription has been a ton of fun to get over the years. $100 a month, but I always try to send you something that's worth way more than that, and it has run the gamut. Lately, they've been doing a lot of more EDC style stuff, which I like, some smaller blades and everything. There's also been a lot of fixed blades. There's been some crazy stuff like katana style stuff or machetes and everything. It's been all over the place, but a ton of fun if you're into this sort of stuff at all. If you want to get the subscription for yourself, just follow the link on the screen or down in the description. It feels like we have a smaller EDC style thing this month. So let me open up this envelope. We're gonna try to pull this thing out. All right, Bear & Sons, that's been a frequent brand we've seen in this. Let's get the card. Here we go. Knife of the Month Club, boom. We have the Bear & Sons White Bone Mini Trapper worth 175 bucks. Like I mentioned, they always try to send you more than that $100 value, so that's a pretty high value here. Trapper pocket knife debuted in the 1920s, became known as the most iconic American pocket knife. Ooh, 2 3/4-inch blades here. We got Damascus steel on the master blade and a spade blade, probably made in Alabama, designed to be an heirloom and everything. Okay, let's check this thing out. Sounds like a slip joint, kind of a classic looking knife here. I think all the Bear & Sons stuff is made in the USA, and a lot of the stuff like by hand and everything. Oh, cool, so we do have kind of a classic looking, what I would call a grandpa knife. I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean it's like classic enough that this is the kind that my papa actually carried around stuff. We're out fishing or doing stuff and he'd have something like this in his pocket. So 2 different blades here, let's see, we've got actual Damascus. That's a very confident slip joint, by the way. And it does have a stop in it, so hopefully you won't slice your finger off. That's the one thing with these slip joints, sometimes they make me nervous. Look at that Damascus patterning there. That's really cool. You can see some of the lines folded over in the spine of the blade there. Very cool, let's see. Whew. Very sharp and everything too. I do love the look of that. Something about that Damascus and the bone inserts there adds like a really classic feel. Let's check out the other blade that's included on this. Yeah, look at this thing. Again, look at all the Damascus patterning in that. Really beautiful. Lots of oil down here in the joint too. I'm guessing that's cool there. It's just like a lot of variation and stuff and all the patterning on this thing. Very cool classic vibes, but also very usable too. Having two blades like that with a really confident lockup, especially for like a slip joint. Those feel really, really nice. Two totally different uses for those types of blades. The stuff where you can carry both of them. Some folks like to carry this sort of thing where they have like scissors. That's more of like a modern Victorinox kind of thing. But having two different blades in there that they claim to are pretty easy to sharpen, even with that Damascus layering and stuff on there. That's beautiful. That's a classic. I think this is the only slip joint we've received so far from the subscription. Like I mentioned, we've had like a lot of folders and stuff lately. Lots of really interesting touches and details. You can see the bone in there. Wow, yeah, really beautiful details in this. Let's see, got a little piece of metal hanging out there. Smooth detailing on the back here. Lots of natural texturing and everything in the bone. And again, those beautiful Damascus lines on that. Tiny bit of badging right there, Bear and Sons down there. You can't see it probably on the video because of the oil and stuff, but all right, really beautiful. You got a little microfiber bag there. Awesome value this month. Again, worth 175 bucks. I guess 176 if you want to count the cents on there. So super high value. All right. Again, love the subscription. So fun adding to the collection every month. If you're into knives at all, definitely check this one out. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. All right, guys, that is it for this month's Barrel and Blade Super Unboxing. Really strong one this month, Barrel and Blade. Super proud of you guys. Again, if you want to get the subscription for yourself, just follow the link on the screen or down in the description to save yourself a little bit of money. As always, if you dug the video, be sure to hit the like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. See you guys next time.